You felt it before. That moment when she laughs, the world slows down, and you wonder, is she feeling what I'm feeling? But then, silence. The texts fade. The energy disappears. You're left replaying every word, every look, every second, trying to figure out what changed. It wasn't your haircut. It wasn't your job title. It wasn't even the way you looked at her. It was psychology. Attraction isn't built in the gym or the mirror. It's built in the nervous system. And by the end of this, you'll know 5 psychological triggers that make a woman emotionally drawn to you, the kind of connection she can't fake, forget, or walk away from. You've probably been told all kinds of nonsense. Play hard to get. Text her less. Make her jealous. That's surface-level advice, strategy, not psychology. You can't trick someone into genuine connection. Most men today are drowning in mixed signals. Social media tells you to be confident, but real life keeps punching holes in that confidence. You try to be nice. She calls you boring. You try to be bold. She says you're too much. Sound familiar? You're not broken. You're just using the wrong blueprint. Let's fix that. Here's the truth. Attraction isn't about chasing attention. It's about triggering emotion. That spark that makes someone's heart skip is controlled by psychological safety, which neuroscientists call co-regulation. It's when 2 nervous systems sync. When she feels calm, seen, and safe in your presence, her body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. That's where the first trigger begins. Consider Ray, an average guy. Not rich, not ripped, not trying to impress anyone. Yet whenever he's around people, especially women, they open up, sharing dreams, pains, even childhood stories they never told anyone. Why? Because Ray carries calm energy. He doesn't rush to prove himself. He listens. He holds eye contact not as a scan, but as presence. That's emotional safety. Our brains have 2 systems, threat mode and trust mode. When a woman meets you, her subconscious asks, "Can I relax here? Can I be me?" If your energy screams, "I need to impress you," she feels threat. If it says, "I'm good and I have space for you," she feels trust. Emotional safety isn't passivity, it's grounded confidence. It says, you don't have to perform, you can just breathe. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, activates when someone feels judged or unsafe. But when your tone, posture, and eye contact show warmth and composure, her prefrontal cortex takes over, inviting logic, creativity, and openness. That's when conversation flows, laughter happens, and connection builds. To create that safety, slow your reactions. When she tests you or jokes, breathe. Don't rush to defend. That pause tells her, "I'm emotionally solid." Validate her experience. Simple phrases like, "I get why you'd feel that way." Calm her system instantly. Hold congruent eye contact, not a stare down, but relaxed focus. It signals presence and attention. Imagine a date where she shares something vulnerable, maybe a past heartbreak. Most guys panic, joke, change the topic, or try to fix it. You stay still, you listen, you nod. You say, "That must have hurt, but I like that you're being real about it." Emotional safety is created. At that moment, her mind labels you as different because she can feel her guard dropping safely. You don't need to chase attraction. Removing fear is enough. When she feels safe emotionally, she chooses to open up. In a world full of tension, the man who can bring calm is magnetic. But calm alone doesn't spark desire. Comfort without intrigue? That's friendship. Attraction needs mystery. Most men overshare, make themselves available 24/7, or reveal everything up front. Predictability kills desire. Think about someone fascinating and mysterious. Your brain lights up with dopamine every time you catch a glimpse of them. Women feel the same way. This is neuroscience. Dopamine fuels anticipation, curiosity, and desire. Predictable behavior drops dopamine. Selective unpredictability keeps the brain engaged. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally safe, yet unpredictably magnetic, a paradox of calm presence plus subtle mystery. Take Liam, for example. He's dating Sarah. He's kind, attentive, and listens, nailing emotional safety. But he doesn't share everything. He makes plans, sometimes cancels politely, keeps hobbies private, and doesn't reply immediately. Sarah can't predict him. Her brain releases dopamine every time she imagines him, thinking about him at lunch while driving, even at 2 a.m. That's intrigue, not manipulation, just maintaining a little mystery. To apply this, be intentionally scarce, but not in a game-playing way. Don't over-explain your moves. Let her miss you sometimes. Have your own life, hobbies, goals, and friendships. Don't reveal everything immediately. Let her discover your layers over time. Be playful with unpredictability. Change topics. Surprise her with spontaneous plans or texts, just enough to spark curiosity. Picture meeting a woman at a cafe. Share one small story, just enough to intrigue her. Ask about her life. Leave first, not out of disinterest, but because you're grounded. She walks away thinking, who is he? I need to know more. Calm plus mystery equals magnetic energy. Emotional safety sets the stage. Mystery triggers desire. Combine both, and you keep her brain hooked on dopamine without manipulation. Now, even with safety and intrigue, attraction without respect is fragile. She may enjoy your company, but she won't value it deeply. Most men unknowingly repel respect. They over-apologize, over-plead, or let others walk over them. Respect comes from boundaries and self-value. Without demonstrating worth, her brain doesn't recognize you as high value. She might like your energy, but deep admiration is missing. Respect isn't arrogance, it's self-mastery. It's standing your ground while remaining emotionally intelligent. Ethan is a great example. He meets Claire. He's kind, attentive, charismatic, but never compromises his values. When Claire asks him to cancel a prior commitment, he politely declines. When she jokes about something he dislikes, he calmly expresses boundaries. Claire notices. She admires his consistency, integrity, and grounded nature. That admiration hooks her emotionally at a deeper level. To implement this, set clear boundaries and communicate calmly. Don't over-apologize. Honor your time and commitments. Lead through calm authority. When you value yourself, she notices, and confidence plus respect equals magnetic energy. Imagine a date where she wants to go somewhere you're uncomfortable with. Most men say yes immediately to please. You say, I'm not comfortable with that. Let's find something we both enjoy. She respects your honesty and integrity. Emotional safety builds connection, mystery sparks desire, and respect locks admiration. Combine these three, and you're no longer just a man she enjoys. You're a man she values, admires, and can't stop thinking about. Attraction deepens when she feels understood at a soul level. Emotional resonance is the ability to feel her emotions and respond in a way that validates and amplifies connection. Most men respond to words, not feelings. She says, I'm fine, but she's frustrated, tired, or excited. Emotional resonance lets you tune in, creating a powerful bond. Mirror neurons help here. Your brain mirrors her emotions subtly, triggering oxytocin and dopamine. She feels seen, valued, and pulled toward you. Mark exemplifies this. On a date with Emily, who's had a rough day, most men would say, that sucks, let's grab a drink. Mark notices her tone, posture, and tension, saying, sounds like today really drained you. I get it. Work can be exhausting. Emily pauses, feels seen, not pitied, and later tells a friend, I feel like he really gets me. To practice this, listen for emotion, label and validate her feelings, mirror subtle energy, and reflect emotional states authentically. Responding with statements like, I feel your excitement too, keeps her thinking about you later. Emotional resonance makes her feel deeply understood, activating attraction naturally. The final piece is presence. Presence isn't just physical, it's psychological, emotional, and energetic. When mastered, she feels your energy even when you're not around. Many men fail here thinking presence is being talkative or alpha. True presence is quiet power, fully in the moment, fully engaged, fully grounded. Half-hearted attention is noticeable, and attraction fades. Neuroscience shows that fully present attention optimizes mirror neurons, releasing dopamine and oxytocin, signaling safety, value, and emotional stability. Presence amplifies everything: emotional safety, intrigue, respect, resonance. Jake demonstrates presence on a coffee date with Mia. He puts his phone away, leans in slightly, listens fully, mirrors her energy subtly, and reflects her emotions without dominating the conversation. By the end, Mia says, "I feel like I can breathe around him. He's so present." Presence is magnetic. To practice, eliminate distractions, anchor in your body, breathe slowly, stay centered, listen actively, and use small physical cues like leaning in or smiling naturally. When combined with emotional safety, mystery, respect, and resonance, presence creates an effortless emotional draw. Now you have the tools: emotional safety, mystery, respect, emotional resonance, and presence. No more guessing or relying on luck. Start with safety, add unpredictability, set boundaries, practice resonance, and anchor presence. Consistency matters. This is lifestyle mastery, not a temporary trick. Attraction is psychology first, charm second. When you embody these 5 triggers, you don't chase attraction, you draw it naturally. You don't just become liked, you become magnetic, respected, admired, and deeply connected. Apply one trigger at a time, reflect, refine, and watch the transformation. The secret isn't in what you say, it's in who you are. Be present, be magnetic, be unforgettable.